So we've made our way from 1960 through 1967 in DC versus Marvel, Battle of the Comic Book Values in the 1960s. Part 9 of the series, the next to last one, in 1968, we see a very interesting top 10. Stay tuned for the video.
Anachronic.
Hi comic book guys and gals, I'm Joe and welcome to Anachronic Comics. So I have been looking at DC and Marvel comic books from the 1960s. I've taken the fair market value of the highest grade with available statistics and used that number. If not, I take a look at the most recent sale and then I convert that sale dollar figure into today's dollars. We are at 1968. Let's take a look at the top 10. At number 10, we find Incredible Hulk Special number 1, a key due to the often copied cover that was made by Jim Steranko, with Maurice Severin brought in to make Hulk's face less menacing. The story was by Gary Friedrich. The cover date is October of 1968, and a 9.8 sells for an FMV of $14,000. At number 9 is X-Men number 50 with a cover date of November 1968, going for an FMV of $16,500 for a 9.8. A key, the cover was drawn by Jim Steranko, who also penciled the main story, which was written by Arnold Drake. It sports the first use of the classic X-Men logo, which was designed by Jim Steranko. For number 8, we move to DC with Showcase number 79, a cover date of December 1968. A 9.8 goes for an FMV of $17,500. The cover was drawn by J. Scott Pike, who also wrote the story and drew the interior pages, a one-man crew. It is a key, the first appearance of Dolphin. Now, I have to admit, before seeing this, I hadn't heard of the character Dolphin, so I'm surprised it's in the top 10. I did some historical research on the character, and Dolphin married Garth of Atlantis, who was the first Aqualad, and later became Tempest, in Aquaman number 60 from 1994. She gave birth to Garth's son, Serdian, in Aquaman number 63 in 2000. Dolphin and Serdian died in Infinite Crisis in 2005. Garth died in Blackest Night, number 2. But he came back, kind of, after Flashpoint. You can look it up. For number 7, we have the first Avengers books. Avenger number 57 with a cover date of October 1968. A 9.8 goes for an FMV of $19,500. With a John Buscema cover and a Roy Thomas story, this is a key with the first appearance of Vision and the second appearance of Ultron. Number 6 is Avengers number 48 with a cover date of January 1968. The cover art is by George Tuska and Sam Rosen, with the story by Roy Thomas. Another Avengers key, it's the first appearance and origin of the third Black Knight, Dane Whitman. Now, before we get to the top 5, I again ask you to zap that like button so this video may be seen by more viewers. Thanks. Coming in at number 5 is Iron Man number 1, with a cover date of May 1968. This premiere issue of the Iron Man title sells for an FMV of $29,000. The cover art is by Gene Colan and the story by Archie Goodwin. This is a key as the first ongoing titled series featuring Iron Man. Number 4 is somewhat unique. It's Iron Man and Submariner number 1 with a cover by Gene Colan dated April of 1968. A 9.8 goes for an FMV of $29,500. This issue is the first one-shot special published by Marvel Comics. It was issued to use up 2 half-length stories left over after Marvel began its expansion, and the characters were to be given their own subtle titles. It was the bridge between Iron Man's last appearance in Tales of Suspense before it was retitled Captain America, with Iron Man getting his own title, and the Submariner's last appearance in Tales to Astonish before the title was changed to The Incredible Hulk with number 102, and the introduction of Submariner number 1. With number 3, we get the only Spidey book, on the top 10. Amazing Spider-Man number 63 with a cover date of August 1968. A 9.8 goes for a present value of $38,000. The cover was by John Romita Sr., who also shared internal pencils with Don Heck on a story by Stan Lee. Number 2 on the list is Fantastic Four Annual number 6 with a cover date of November 1968. A 9.8 goes for a present sale value of $38,100. The cover was a work by Jack Kirby, Joe Sinnott, and Sam Rosen. Jack Kirby did the interior pencils, and Stan Lee wrote the story. Another key, it has the first appearance of Annihilus, ruler of the negative zone, as well as the first appearance of Franklin Richards as an unnamed infant. Now, the number 1 most valuable comic book between DC and Marvel in 1968 is X-Men number 49, with a cover date of October 1968. A 9.8 goes for an FMV of $54,000. Now, the FMV is quite a bit higher than the present sales value, which is $39,500. But either dollar figure makes it number 1 for 1968. The cover is by Jim Steranko. A key, it contains the first appearance of Lorna Dane, the daughter of Magneto, and the first appearance of Mesmero. The second story sets out the origin of the Beast, which continues through to number 53. So Marvel continues its dominance in 1968, getting 9 of the top 10 most valued books. Now, if you want all of the books, it's going to cost you $276,000. Now, that's the lowest figure of the 9 sets of top 10 that we've gone through thus far. Now, I started college in 1968, so my buying of comic books started to wane. I believe around that time I stopped collecting Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, X-Men, Avengers, that type of thing. But I do have one of the top 10, and that is Incredible Hulk Annual number 1. There we go. I have it, and I sent it in to be signed by Jim Steranko. He signed it right there. You can hardly see it. Maybe you should have used a different color ink. All right. And you can see here, Hulk looks pretty handsome there. I don't know what Steranko drew, but whatever it was, they felt that Marie Severin had to come in and change it so it was less menacing. So I do have this one. So Marvel has been dominating since 1962. Moon started with the Fantastic Four and started introducing all of its superhero line. We have one more show to do, one more top 10 to do anyway, and that top 10 is for 1969. Let's see if Marvel continues its dominance. If you enjoyed this entry in this series and want to see some of the others, click here for the entire series and here for another one of my videos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the thumbs up. Be well, and I'll see you soon.